Alright guys, Idiosin here. I have been farming for hours trying to get this terrible little item that a lot of you may be familiar with called Mystery Goo. Now, Mystery Goo can suck my left nut. Mystery Goo is so freaking annoying to get. I can't even emphasize that enough. And I have found the method of farming white mushrooms to be really unsatisfying, because you have a 10% chance of getting them from the white mushrooms if you use mixed charades, and you have a 20% chance of getting them from the white mushrooms if you use the same 3 charades in a row, and that's just not satisfying to me. So I decided to look into one of the other options. Now, there are 3 options for farming Mystery Goo in this game. 1, you can get them from the white mushrooms by solving charades. 2, you can farm them from the black fungus, which is my chosen method. And they have a 100% chance of dropping if you finish off the black fungus with a critical blow, and they also have a 10% chance of dropping a mystery mold, which sells for a whopping 3,000 money apiece. One of the most valuable items, if not the most valuable item for sale in the game, and it's entirely used for sale. So I decided that this was one of the better methods, because not only could I get the Mystery Goo at possibly a 100% chance rate if I managed to master critical blows, but I would also be able to get mystery molds fairly consistently, which would get me a lot of money to use however I please. So I decided to try and develop a method, and this took several hours, because killing black fungus is annoying. In fact, it's probably more annoying to farm black fungus if you don't have a certain method than to just farm the white mushroom. But finally, I discovered a method that, in my opinion, is just about foolproof. This method is so fucking beautiful. The last time that I went into the pit with these black fungus, I walked out with 3 Mystery Goo and a mystery mold. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. Now, before we get into the actual method, I want to show you some prerequisite requirements that I think are necessary. Yes, this is kind of a late game strategy, so you know, it does kind of exclude those who don't have as much power or good equipment that they can put into this. But the way that I do this is I equip Divine Rose to Sora, and the only relevance that the Keyblade is going to have on this method is if we're stuck having to kill 1 or 2 of these black fungus with melee combos, which, if we do this correctly, we will not. If we do this correctly, we'll need to use nothing but summons to kill these black fungus with pretty much 100% guaranteed critical strikes. So the Divine Rose is kind of just the backup item, because it's capable of dealing a string of critical blows, and it's one of the highest, I believe it's the highest strength Keyblade, right after the Ultima weapon, so I recommend this one if you are stuck fighting them. And then any accessories which boost summon power. So I have Atlas Armlet, which significantly enhances summon power, Moogle Badge, which enhances it, and the Crystal Crown, which enhances it. In an ideal scenario, you would want to have 3 Atlas Armlets to just completely max out the power of your summon, but I don't think that that's really strictly necessary. And the 2 summons that you're going to need to make this easy, in my opinion, are Bambi and Simba. Okay. So now that we've gotten through those requirements, let's look at the abilities. We're going to want to equip anything on Sora which increases his chances of critical blows. So those are the critical pluses, and probably combo pluses as well, because if we are stuck doing physical attacks on the black fungus, that's going to help us out. With the 1 or 2 that we have to kill, we might get some Mystery Goo out of that, although it's less, you know, determined than if we used Simba. As well as the Encounter Plus ability, which you get after synthesizing 15 items at the item workshop, which increases the odds of encountering enemies in the field, i.e. it increases the odds of us running into black fungus, as well as instantly refreshing the area so that you can leave and come back and there's a chance that black fungus will be there again. So those are the abilities we're going to have equipped on Sora. And as far as Donald and Goofy, we're not going to be using them at all. If things go well, they aren't going to enter into this equation whatsoever, but you want to equip any cheer abilities that they have, which will increase the summon's MP gauge. which will, of course, make them more powerful. So, once we have those things equipped, and as a side note, I'm not sure if equipping Summon Enhancement to Donald or Goofy increases the power of your summons. I'm pretty sure anything that increases summon power will only increase summon power if it's equipped to Sora, but I'm not totally positive about that. Someone can correct me below. Feel free to do that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, we want to start at Aladdin's house, and we're going to go straight across to this little entrance here, which goes to the bazaar. Now, the way that you know when you enter the bazaar that you're encountering black fungus is that the command bar will be red right from the start. So if you go in and it's blue, just walk out and then walk back in. And we're going to keep doing this until we walk in and notice that it's red. This might take a while. Be patient, because if you do this method correctly, I can almost guarantee you're going to walk out with at least one mystery goo. Which is not always assured when it comes to farming these rare spawns. I mean, when you think about it, this game is really harsh when it comes to farming, because a lot of times you have to farm materials from rare spawns, and the drops themselves are rare. So it takes hours, but in my opinion, this is the best way to farm mystery goos. Okay, so we came in, and immediately our command bar was red. So we're going to summon Bambi. That's the first thing we're going to do. Now you'll notice one or two of the black fungus have already come up to meet us. This is standard behavior in this area. That is what they're going to do from the start. And ideally what we want to do is try not to hit them until they're standing right in front of this platform. Now I kind of messed it up here, but the idea is we want to ideally get them to fall off the platform down below. And you'll see in a minute why this is necessary. So I'm just trying to knock them off a little bit. Probably won't manage to kill them, but that's fine. That's not what we want. We want to get them all grouped below. Okay, so now they're all grouped. Now once they're all grouped, make sure you gather enough bubbles to fill up your mana bar, and then dismiss Bambi. Now the second you can, you want to summon Simba. You want to make sure to keep Donald and Goofy out of this arena, because they will randomly attack the black fungus, which will cause them to harden and be invulnerable to damage. But if we do this right, they'll all be vulnerable to damage at the time that we need them to. Now, after we summon Simba, we're going to jump over to this side of the little square below, and you'll notice that they're all grouped up. Now charge Simba all the way up, and release, and they all die in one hit. Now, you can tell that that was pretty much a critical blow to all of them, because a lot of money dropped, and money only drops when you deal a critical blow to kill them. Now, on the KH Wiki, it says that when you deal a critical blow, it's a 100% chance of dropping a mystery goo. This is obviously not true, because there are 4 of them, which means that if that critical blow killed all of them, there should be 4 mystery goo, but we did get 1. Now, just to show you how freaking awesome this method has been for me, I'm going to dismiss Simba here. I'm going to show you what's in my inventory from this method. Just in the past hour, I have farmed 7 mystery goo, and 1 mystery mold, 2 mystery molds, which means that in the last hour, I've farmed 6,000 money and 7 mystery goo just from using this method. I've tested this method over and over again. If you do it exactly how I showed you, it works consistently, and it's the easiest way to kill them in a quick amount of time and ensure a critical blow, which will give you a very good chance of getting the mystery goo. In my opinion, this is better than any of the other 2 methods, which is farming the white mushrooms or farming the rare truffles. The rare truffles, of course, being the ones that you have to juggle in the air 50 times in a row in order to kill, in order to have a chance to get the mystery goo, which is, in my opinion, by far the worst method. I think that this method that I've developed is easily the best method for farming mystery goo in the game, and I would love for someone to show me a better one, because as far as I can tell from what I've seen on the internet, this is the best one that I could have developed. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Idiosin signing out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.